the Madman Morning Show. Sitting at home when you're in your car. Madman Morning Show. No matter.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning. This is James Mack on the Macman Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial here each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. That's 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. on the East Coast, right here live and direct on WKRA and live telecast streaming on YouTube. I'd like to say good morning to each and every one of you that have joined us each and every day. I'd like to reach out to Alice, a blessed child of God, our wonderful moderator that has been with us from day one. She's not feeling well and is under the weather. Alice, we're praying for you. We're going to be missing you here, and you get well soon. Dr. J, I had not heard from him, so we're reaching out and saying good morning to him, Dr. J, executive producer. I'd like to say good morning to each and every one of you that are here. Our special guest is here. I didn't put it in. I know you all saw the um, thumbnail of our guest. There's a lot of things that are going on, and we're going to talk about them. But let me talk about last night at about 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the Magman Morning Show Media, Mag Media 3 Productions, WKRA Productions. Right here, we had a premiere of a show last night, and I want to tell you, it went off without a hitch. It was a smash, and I'm talking about Our Plugs LLC, or Our Plugs, the Community Connection, came on. And we're just grateful that we had an opportunity to hear the wonderful conversations and the wonderful mix that was going on. DJ Kitty Cat, the wonderful host with her wonderful co-host, Miss Morning Star, they were out there and they really did a wonderful, wonderful job. I want to play their intro just as a salute to these wonderful ladies that have come on board and have been a part of this, our production, our production here on the Magman Morning Show at Mag Media 3 Productions. Check this out. Just check this intro out. This is Our Plugs, the Community Connections opening.
Welcome to Our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar, on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Hold on. See, I ain't gonna try. Cause see, that kind of got good to a brother right about that. That was last night. That's the opening. You didn't even get all of it. Of the wonderful premiere of the Our Plugs, the Community Connection. And let me tell you, it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. My hat's off to DJ Kitty Cat and to Miss Morningstar for what they have done. And hey, let me tell you something. You got to tune in. And I was just really proud. It's like a papa or something. You know, you're proud of the hopper grass. I mean, the hopper grass. That's real southern. Grass. Well, hey, the hopper grass. I'm gonna say it. They're coming up. The grasshoppers are coming up. It's so wonderful to see the wonderful work that they're getting ready to do. You can catch that replay right here on Mag Media 3 on the Magman Morning Show page. And it's right there. You can get the replay. Man, I'm telling you, the commercials were something. They're going to let me play these commercials today on our break. But I wanted to just say good morning to each and every one of you. Let me get this forecast out of the way before we go into our discussion. Briefly, I have a wonderful guest that I have that's waiting. And we're going to be courteous and kind. I ain't going to talk a lot of stuff today, but listen, we're in a freeze pattern here in our region. And you might say, well, why would you say that? Excuse me. Well, we're in a deep freeze right now. And the forecast for today, right now, Tuesday, it is bitterly cold. And it's going to continue to grip the Mid South with morning lows in the teens. Right now, that's where it is, into the 20s. It's dangerously cold outside, folks. That means it is, I mean, the wind chills are possibly well below freezing. They are. And with that wind and that cold air going at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, it'll make you call somebody to help you. I guarantee you. Where I come from, they call it the hawk. I don't know what they call it on the East Coast. The West Coast don't ever get anything like this. So you haven't really lived until you came on the east side of the Mississippi to experience some things that we experienced. But let me get to this. This latest blast of this Arctic air is going to last for another 2 days, another 48 hours before we slowly head back up and warm back up over the weekend. Other than a few flurries, there is ice and precipitation on the roads. We have not heard so far of any tragedies or anything like that, or any pileups or anything like that, any accidents or anything. And we're praying for everybody that has to go out. Remember, here in the South, they're not equipped to handle icing situations. They got a few salt spreaders, and I'm sure they're doing their very best to get the accumulation off the roads. But you also slow down. Please slow down. Be very careful. If you're in rural areas, have a full tank of gas. Have an emergency kit in your car during times like these. You don't know what could happen. And remember, pipes, plants, pets, and people. It should be people. Okay, let's talk about the people first. I'm gonna switch that around. People, your pipes, your plants, and your pet. I'm not against pet owners. I think we ought to do things in order. I mean, pets and your plants, but make sure you look after the people first, and make sure that if you make sure your pipes are covered. Here in the South, if there's a freezing event, you know that there are PVC pipes that are plastic, and they will burst. Please run some water, have a trickle of water. It's a real good trick. A trickle of water, and allow um, it to run. Open up your cabinets, allow the heat to warm your pipes. You know that's a thing to save you a whole lot of frustration, headache, and money that it would. So right now we're looking at all weather reporting stations. We're looking at 19 degrees at Coldwater. It is 18 degrees in South Haven and in Olive Branch, and it is 18 degrees at WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Yeah, we here in the South in Holly Springs, Mississippi. And they say, well, okay. So I'm trying to make sure that people understand that the platform that we have, we like to say good morning, Sharon, or good morning to everybody, all those that are in the bushes, so forth and so on. See, people are in the bushes. My special guest I want to talk about today uh, has a extensive resume. But before we get to the resume part, I wanted to say and emphasize that this madman is, well, this person is in the orange man is in office. He's been sworn in. He has all the power and the authority that comes with that office. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There were several executive orders that were signed. There were several pardons that were signed. There were 1,500 people that were pardoned for the tragedy that they marched on the Capitol and defaced the Capitol and hurt police officers. Some did not make it. Some had traumas. Some still have traumas of that day, January the 6th, that we will never forget. The congressional committees formed together showed America the actual evidence of the things that were going on behind the scenes, and they still allowed this to happen. And now people are suffering everywhere because of the policies and the uh, and the things and the orders that are going to be given. Some people are saying that they're going to be rounding up the immigrants. The disaster that these southern states had did by shipping people across the country, not knowing where they were going to go, and people with compassion reached out their hands and say, even though we don't have anything, I'm just going to tell the truth. Even though we don't have anything, we shared that we have. There were some good people out there, and one of those good people I'd like to introduce to the Magnan Morning Show family has the know-how and the experience of what I'm talking about. I can talk about a lot of things that I've seen, but until you get in, walk in someone else's shoes, you won't know what that feels like. Muna Fall, that's what it is. Muna Falls is an immigrant advocate, the CEO of MF Coaching Organization, a nonprofit which mission is to assist immigrants uh, and those with special needs into their rehabilitation. Also, she works and she's a certified officiant. That means that's a person that is qualified to perform matrimonial ceremonies. She's an officiant, so y'all know y'all want to get married on the East Coast. Uh, she have a Bible and will travel, or book and will travel. She can get that done for you. She's certified in many different other things. Of course, in the state of Pennsylvania, she is also certified notary. Also, she's an author, and I'm going to ask DJ Kitty Cat to get in touch with her about her book. I can't. We'll talk about that because that will open up a whole nother can. But she's an accomplished author, a wonderful friend. She has a beautiful heart, and she's reaching out to the people in her community and around about her, not just trying to rescue people, but to also give people an opportunity to receive the training, the personal business coaching that they need to continue. So she will marry you and show you how to go into business. Also, my special guest is Moonafall from the beautiful East Coast, the cold East Coast. I ain't gonna talk about it. Welcome, Muna, to the Mac Man Morning
Good morning, James. It's
Show.
such a
Okay.
pleasure to be on your podcast today, and it's such an honor listening to how you introduced me. I was like, oh, thank you so much for this
Well,
beautiful introduction. Thank you
well,
for
we thank
having
you
me.
for what we do. We appreciate you being here, and who better to come on the air and tell people about what's going on as someone that has been there. Listen, as you know, and as you see, there's a lot of targeted things and a lot of targeted executive orders that this person has put forth that's going to harm the immigrant community. But before we talk about that and the trials that you're trying to help people in, tell people a little bit about you and save the book stuff. I got that for special stuff to save the book stuff, and I got you covered. But tell people who you are.
Okay, so I am Mona Fall. It's important for us to know that I was also an immigrant, once. So I'm now a U.S. citizen, but my background has been an immigrant. I came here as a refugee over 20 years ago, and I did not even speak English. So I had to learn English. I had to figure how to be a good citizen. I had to understand how to survive here in a different culture, in a foreign country with a different language. So it helps me to become who I am today. So a lot of people call me a jack of all trades, but it's really because every time that I discover a need in society, I want to be a part of the improvement. I want to be a part of the positive change. I want to be able to help people like me that come in America to be a good thing for this country, because now I have kids here. My kids are Americans. I have Americans family, through my kids, and even to my personal connection. So it's very important for me to be able to helps those that come in this country to understand that we are here and we need to be a part of building America. So things that we can do to be positive in the United States. How can we together progress in the country and be able to um, be a plus for each other? So this is my mission. I'm a
Well, that's
African
good.
woman from West Africa.
Well, we welcome you, and we know that you have a wealth of information. There's some questions that we have, and we're going to spend that time. You brought up a couple of things that I want to go over with you, including knowing that before we go to our first break, knowing that uh, these executive orders about those that have been born here. It is constitutional law. You born here, you're an American citizen. If you're born on American soil or in that territories, you are an American citizen. And he has now caused a constitutional stir by saying that this is not going to happen anymore. We'll be back on the other side. Muna, just stay right there. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. I am here with our wonderful guests, and we'll be back in a little bit right after these commercial breaks. And let me tell you something, I got a surprise for you all. Y'all gonna be shocked. But I'm going to lead off with our anchor, one of our anchor sponsors, and I'll be right back. Just hold on a second, Mona. We'll be right back. Muna, we'll be right back.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Kicks LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciate it. God bless.
Welcome to a world that sparkles.
We're gonna have a good time, yeah.
And we're back on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I'm James Mack. I'm your host on this cold Tuesday morning. Yes, it's cold, but it's warm in our hearts. Listen, I know those of you that are watching our YouTube channel and listening on our radio frequency, you hear some new commercials that's on. Yes, we got some new clients coming and coming as they're coming. And everybody was just so surprised at the commercials that have come. I want to thank Miss Morningstar, Miss DJ Kitty from our Clubs LLC as they manage our advertising to get more advertising. And there's something that I will share one day about what our guest Muna had told me in a conversation. I can't reveal it, but what she said, I received that word, that prophetic word that she gave about the future of what we're doing here. And I want to tell you all, this is how we met. I had got an interview request from her to come on her show, and I make it around. I make it around. And those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can see it right now. The fall factors uh, factor with Muna Fall. She said be her guest, and so she was seeking me out to be a guest on her show. I hadn't met her, and someone told her about us, and it went from there. Well, the man in the orange makeup started signing executive orders, and I knew that Muna had that experience of helping immigrants where they are and what's happening, and also being one herself, uh, put herself and transplanted herself in this country, working hard, doing what she does, and just seeking a better life. I want to ask something, being a natural born citizen here in America, Mona, and being here, as they say, my ancestors were brought here, so and I don't mean that lightly. We were brought here. We weren't told, we didn't know anything. My ancestors didn't know anything about that. But then on the reverse end, you find that a lot of people are trying from different countries to come to the United States. Give
Mhm,
to me some kind of insight, if you can,
mhm.
to how an immigrant feels when they're trying to come here. What is it in their hearts and their mind that they want so bad to get to the United States? I hope that's a fair question.
Of course, James, is a absolutely fair question because, and I think people need to understand the reasoning behind it because, like you said, being a born citizen is a lot of reality that Americans are not aware of it, and I can tell by having my kids because my children are born in America, so I see, the way they evolve. We just a peace in the heart, that constant you know how I'm gonna put that, they're very satisfied, in their life. But growing up, it was not the same thing for me because I was born in Africa. So the reason why a lot of immigrants are coming here, and we have actually a couple of researchers that went around and gather, you know those reasons. So it's not just something that I experienced, it's also something that globally around. So number one reason, sometimes it's because people are running away from war. Okay, I'm just going to use simple terms so people can understand. Not everywhere in the world is peace. Okay, a lot of places people are just persecuted because of their religion, because of the way they choose to live their life. They do not have rights like in America. Here in America, we can see same couple marriage. We're talking about me in a marriage of fiction. We are talking about people decided, oh, I want to be Muslim, and tomorrow I want to be a Christian, and it's fine. You go around the corner, you find a church. Today you want to be a Methodist, tomorrow you want to be a Catholic, next day you want to be a Muslim. In America, it's okay. You have your child, you want to circumcise, and your child don't want to, it's okay. But in a lot of countries around the world, It's not the way, you have children being married at 14 years old, 13 years old, 12 years old, and you have parent mothers run away from those countries because they see their little baby 12-year-old be married to a 40-year-old person, and they're running away from this injustice because the dad doesn't understand, the older brother doesn't understand, the uncle doesn't understand. They will kidnap that little baby, offer him to this grown man, because that's the rule. You got little boys, 15-year-old forced to marry, and they're not even ready. They're still babies. You got people forced into excision, female, because it's a culture. You have people killed because they want to believe in Jesus, instead of Allah. You have the same thing. It's so many things going on. You have races. You got people from different ethnical group believe they're better than you, so they will target you, kill your babies, cut your arm, rape your woman. So people are running from that, number one. The second thing is also hunger. Some of those government take over everything. People cannot find work because the government is only hiring people from their region. So if you're from a different area, you cannot get a job. How can you feed your family? So you see families running away. It's not because you got grown men leaving their land because they say, I have to figure a way. I have to go somewhere else so I can fetch for my family. It's about survival. It's not because somebody want to come to a beautiful country. It's 100% about survival. That's the reason why people are leaving the country, because they are persecuted, because they get killed, they get raped, they get burned alive. So when people looking at America, they see this lane of opportunity where the rights have been respected. They know that if I can make to America, I'm gonna be a real human. People will treat me with dignity. People will treat me with respect. I have an opportunity to find a better job, a better opportunity. I can raise my little baby that I just have. I can bring my wife here. I can, it's just all about peace, love, survival. Is people are really looking for that when they come to America. So let me just stop that. but, but
Uh,
this is
you
basically,
feel this?
the
No,
main
no, no,
reason.
no. I wanted you to express yourself
Thank
to
you.
give to our audience a view that they have not seen. In this region that I'm in the southern region, the deep south region, as they say, in the state of, right around the state of Mississippi. And in this place, I've seen racism. I've seen it more here than I have anywhere. Now you know that there's a difference. We got our cultures and so forth and so on. But I have friends of all nationalities. I got friends that I've known that are Caucasian, that are Muslim, that are Christian. With all of that um, comes we my people suffered here for over
Mhm,
450 years. African American people, we were slaves, we were forced, we were brought here under some horrific circumstances. We were slaves, we were shipped here. There was no such thing as rape because the slave master owned you, and they could do, I mean, of SA rather, we can't say
mhm.
certain things on
Yes.
on the air.
Okay.
And and when you look at that situation for what it is, I mean, anything that is so horrific that you can think of, burned alive, burned, tarred and feathered, put hot tar on your body and put feathers on it like you some. I mean, the most horrendous. We've never been the equal as a people in this country. And I live in a region, like I said, that Mississippi has always been the last on the totem pole. That's for federal services, that's for aid, that's for people over the poverty line. I mean, they're below, people are still living below the poverty line. And then, Muna, if you understand where I'm coming from, we see immigrants, and I'm not knocking, don't get me wrong when I'm saying this.
Mhm,
We see immigrants come and open up businesses. We see immigrants come and they got the gas station, they got the convenience store, they got the hair store, they got all of these things that they gotten, and then people that were born, raised, brought here, whatever the case may be, we get the people are saying, we get the short end of the stick. So if you understand where I'm coming from, and I
of
can
course.
understand where you are coming from with the situation with the immigration, Tell us how our struggle here in America versus, or not versus, or yeah, well, versus the outreach that you all are doing, that immigrants are doing to try to get to this country. There's a divide somewhere in that. Could you help me out a little bit with that? I hope I'm asking the right
Y- Of course. I am so happy that you give me a platform to clarify this situation, because I heard both side of the story. Like you say, yes, Americans, a lot of most, I would say, 99% of Black Americans brought here under slavery to the boat. But also, I need people to understand that yes, Black Americans suffer slavery, but you need to realize that the Black American that was brought here was stole from Africa. So my ancestor was stole from the land. They was literally ripped off the
That's
land,
right.
snatched it up.
You are an African. That's man. You my
Yes,
sister in blood. You are. Go ahead.
yes,
Yes, ma'am.
snatch it off the lane. Imagine you coming outside today and you tell your family, "Hey, I'm going to the plantation, get some tomatoes and we can have dinner," and you never come back, right? Because you was kidnapped, tied up in a
That's
boat,
right.
brought in a
Kidnapped. Tell the
different
truth.
country.
Now
Yes,
people
and
don't
you was a
understand. We
real
were
man,
kidnapped.
Yeah, you was a
Whole
real man with
man.
pride and everything. A grown man that you get beat up in front of other people. And most of African has so much pride, especially the men. And you sitting there tied up, watching what being done to your wife, what's being done to your daughter, what's being done to your sister, and you cannot do anything about it.
Okay,
Men
let
say
me
go
ask
and
you
do
this. Whoa,
so
whoa, whoa.
much.
Let me ask you. Okay, let me. Okay, I got
Mhm,
you on there. Let me ask you this. Okay, and
mhm,
those of you that are listening, this is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. I have my special guest here is Miss Muna Ball. She's here discussing some things, and we're on a hot conversation. Let me get this party in right here. People
mhm,
don't know, Mona, that the humiliation that the black man went through during
mhm,
slavery, this is no excuse. Often we're demagogued,
mhm,
we're put down,
mhm,
we're victorious, but when it was beat out of you and when it was systematically brainwashed out of you to turn on
mhm,
your own selves and your own
mhm,
people, and
mhm,
you still have to live with this. They used to take men and make examples out of
mhm.
them and do all kinds of
Yes.
horrific things to them, essay things to them, and
Mm,
just take their whole in front of their wives and their children,
mm,
especially their sons. They did
mm,
all of these things, and then we
mm,
still here in this country. We
mm,
still have to fight for a black man
mm,
in this country. I want to ask you, I want to just throw this at you before Keisha the
mhm,
stylist is here. That's one of our anchor sponsors. And when you look at the situation from a black man's point of view, then they saying that we're marrying all outside of our. That's not me. They're marrying outside their race. They're doing this. They're doing that, and they just a ball of confusion. Help people to understand that. Maybe you can help some of the sisters understand the tremendous pressures and the
mm,
stress and strain on the
mhm,
brother that you say that you want to be your husband, your whatever, your mate, or
mhm,
whatever the case may be. Come on with it.
mhm.
I'm gonna let you say what you got to say. I'm right here.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so important for, like you say, for our sisters to validate the men. I have two boys, and one is almost 18 in a couple of days, and I call him a man already. I named one of my child King, and for a reason, because I want my black boys to understand they are valuable, they are loved, they are honored, they are respected. They need to grow up into pride. And I even tell my son again, yesterday we had a little driving around the city, we was running some errand. I said, I want you to be the man of my dream. I want you to be in a woman life right now, when you get an opportunity to become a man, a husband, and a father, to be somebody that I will be proud of it. I want you to be able to take your kids to the little game. I want you to be financially stable where you can do those things. We are breaking cycle. We are doing something different. And again, the reason is because a lot of black men are growing up in a society where everything is creating to put them down. Like you say, even to us women, look at our black kings and have no respect for them because we have a chance to go to school, get diploma, get all this thing, and then all of a sudden, because I have a PhD, I'm talking down to my black man because he only got a GED. But what women we need to understand is the struggle the black men have in this society is real. It's not a joke. The opportunity that we have as women, our black men don't have it. Because here we are, single mom raising those black men because we have this years and century of trauma that is not easy to remove. Black men is looking at us suffer, so all of a sudden they start to seek for ways again to feed us, to take care of us. So here we are, a black man that think about, well, you know what, I can't go to school because people are targeting you. You have school, high school, that already start to oppress those young men because they can't go to school, because black men have depression too. Black men have anxiety too. Black men are human. So they're going to a stage, but nobody's offering help. All everything people are doing is just give them punishment. Black men are constantly punished. A little mistake, like I remember one time I was in a hospital with my daughter. Here go this little white boy cursing at his mother, like with everything he got in his heart. And I wonder why this little boy is in a hospital. Then he's supposed to be somewhere incarcerated. Like you punch the police officer and this and that. They say, oh no, he's got hormonal issue. He's going to, adolescence. So he's got a lot of changing in his body. That's what created this aggression in him. So here we are in a hospital giving medicine so we can regulate his system so he can calm down. But when a black boy do the same thing, what happened to that poor child? He's in jail. A lot of time even reported by his own parents that do not know how to deal with that. We have a lot of
Okay, hold
mental
on,
issue
hold
that
on
is
one
not a
second.
big
Hold on,
deal.
hold on. Give me 1 minute. Hold on a second. No, no, no,
Okay.
no. Now hold it a second. You're listening to the Magman Morning Show.
Mm,
WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. I know, I know. I'm gonna say it again for the people that are in the back and in the bushes that are watching that are not registered. I know I had no idea that truth was getting ready to come out like it is this morning on this show. I have to say, if you can't, they say, if you can't say amen, say ouch. I'm here to tell you, folks, we have to get our act together. Excuse me. My dear friend here, who I have was asking me for an interview, said, look, I want you to come on my platform and just say what you do. I said, okay. And circumstances have brought us to the point where we are on the air this morning. My special guest is Muna Fall. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but she's my guest. And if you don't I'm here to say now we need to listen to this, sisters. Wake your sisters up, wake the folks up, and let them know that truth has come on. If you see, I got an illustration on the YouTube here. Y'all get it on WKRA. Y'all get the replay. Now it says it was not the truth they wanted, but the illusion they could bear to live with. Come on, Muna, with it again about truly it's not said. And people don't believe that we go through so much stress and strength we don't live up to. You're nothing. You can't get a job. You can't do it. Here's this man in orange makeup, and he has 34 felonies, and he's sitting in the highest office in the land. I'm not mad, I'm not upset, but it gets to
mm,
me when I know that I'm fighting for a dream, I'm fighting for a vision, I'm trying to get something off the ground. I know I've failed many times, I've fallen, I've made my mistakes. I don't blame anybody. I've caused tears, I've asked for forgiveness, I've done everything, but I realized this, Muna, that when I have looked in the mirror and I started adding up, I say I got more years behind me than I do in front of me. I better do something right now right now because we don't know what time is going to do. Am I going to let this hinder me? And you were saying the things that we had to go through, even when they kidnapped us. Continue, please.
Yes, yes, exactly. So this is the again, like you say, the situation like a lot of black men have, and a lot of women don't understand. It's different when a man is oppressed. It's different when you take a man dignity. Like men are made to be protector. They're made to be uh, um, um, a helper. They're made to take care of us. This is the mission of a man. You know, from the origin, this is what a man and come into a woman life. And in anything, men feel like, this is my job to take care of my family. So when you take that from a man, what what is left? Nothing. So they take that man reason to live from a man, then you got nothing less. You still see like a 12-year-old little kid watching his mom having two, three jobs. What do you think is created out of this little boy? This little boy is not thinking about I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do. He's thinking about my mother is have lack of sleep. My mother is tired. I see her barely come in the house, go right back outside. I need to find something to do. I need to help my mom. So a little kid doesn't have a lot of options. So when they start to do bad things, they start to be attracted, and the system is made for what? Who brought drugs in this country? I don't want to say so much, I'm not gonna say, but who created all those things? That
Come on, sister.
little
Come on. No, no. Let me
you
say
know,
this. This is the Mac. Wait. Let me say this. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. WKRA 92.7 on your FM. Now, I know ain't nobody gonna give me no money. So I mean no donation. So let me take this off and put this on. Now, because they don't see, because people don't like the truth, and then they. I'm not saying
mhm,
people that I know of, but I'm gonna put this up instead. Now you see that disclaimer. We're here. I'm a
mhm,
news anchor man. I bring current
mhm,
events to the forefront, information and inspiration.
mhm.
WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, live streamed on the telecast and YouTube. Go ahead, sister, and continue.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, James. So, we talk about the opioid crisis. We talk about, all those things that happen. We brought that in here. Who exposed that to how people? Our people were chilling. They don't need no drug. They don't know about drugs. But when they brought this thing, is because they created this situation. So you look at it, oh my God, this is a way for me to help my family. And this is what a lot of our men started getting into, selling drugs, become drug dealers and things like that. And now they would be caught with like 1 ounce of drug and they're going to jail for 10 years. When the other race we get caught with like 10 kilogram of drugs and they're going there for 1 year, of service. Why? Why is that? Why is that so different? Why is it if a black man get caught with drugs, it's almost like it kills somebody, but then some other race would kill somebody and they're going there like they'll just cut, stealing candy in the store. So, we are into a very unfair society. So I understand, when Americans are looking at immigrant coming in and feel like, okay, how come I live here? I don't get a chance to do anything. But you got to realize your credit is wrecked already. This is why you don't have an opportunity to maybe open a business, to have a lease, to have something. Because when you was born here, by the time maybe you're 12, 13, 14, sadly, for a bunch of us, your parents already use your credit to get around you don't even know that, but you're not educated enough to understand that immigrant came over here and they, like I said, they're in a survival mode. So they're seeking, they're tracking, they try to understand the system. They realize that, okay, I need to have a credit. How do I get my credit? This is how I do
Ooh-wee.
about this. How do I do this? This is how I do about. They working hard to better their life. They're working hard to understand the system. A lot of Americans are born here are not doing nothing. They don't even
Okay, hold on,
understand the
hold on, hold
importance of
on,
have a
hold
good
on. Wait
credit.
one second. Okay, you roll a roll. We gonna have to do a part two on it, but don't go nowhere. Listen, you're listening to the Magnet Morning Show, WKRA 92.7. On I didn't expect 92.7 on your FM dial. Forgive me for cutting short that part. I have not heard a conversation such as this on my show since I've been broadcasting. I have found something and someone that is laying it out. Uh, That's what I'm gonna say right now for a couple of seconds. We're gonna go to a break. Don't lose that energy, Ms. Muna. Just stand by. We're bringing her back. I'm gonna
Got
get
you.
these commercials out the way, and you're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Show enough. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I got my friend, my dear friend from the East Coast is here, and she's laying it out and giving you a perspective. I'll tell you about that later. Let me go and get them out of the way. And we'll be back in a little bit with our special guest. Boy, I tell you, I am enjoying this. This is why we got our plugs, folks. This is why we got our plugs LLC. We got to get plugged in together and do what we need to do. We got to go into what? Survival mode. The word of the day is what? Survival mode. Put it in the chat if you're hearing it. Don't be all afraid now. Speak your mind. Say what you need to say. But I tell you, we're on our way. Y'all stand by. I'll be right back after these messages, folks.
Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Kicks LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
And we're back on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. Woo! I tell you, I tell you, I tell you, I tell you. I had no idea. Excuse me one second. Hold on. I had no idea that this morning's show was going to be as monumental as it is. And I say that with all sincerity because we're having a wonderful conversation with a wonderful guest of ours, which I know this is not going to be the last time we're going to hear from this wonderful woman, Ms. Muna Falls from the DC area. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful advocate for immigrants and people worldwide. She just has a love for people. And I don't want to stop the momentum. And we've had our breaks. All of that is out of the way. And I want to say this too: survival mode. Let's go there. You said that, and that thing hit me. Muna, you can unmute yourself if you can.
Thank
And
you.
I heard you say it's survival mode. That's the battle cry, folks. Survival mode. Are you hungry enough to get to our plugs LLC and get plugged in so that your business? Wait, you said something else that the for those of us that are sorrowful at heart about the election, we need to shake that off and get ourselves busy. One thing that the former vice president of the United States of America, Miss Kamala Harris, said, she said, "Get you a business." Why did this woman, out of all that she said at the convention and everywhere, and spoke directly to the black community and said, "Get you a business. You are an immigrant. My sister from Africa, you just my sister from the motherland. You know what it is to come here and have to hustle and scrap and scrape in survival mode. What in the world is going on with black people not being in survival? What's going on? Are we lacking being in the survival mode? You got the floor.
So it's like I said, I have my children, they're Americans, and again, like the father, American as well, was born and raised here, parents, great parent born and raised here, so it's like full Americans. The situation about that comfort zone. The comfort zone that born American have is different. They do not have a survival mode because they never had any trigger in the comfort zone. They don't the American make sure they get the basic to them. Oh, you want food, you don't have food, we give you food stamp. You need money, we give you tenant. You need a job, we give you a job. You need free medical insurance, we make sure you have it. What they do, they create that comfort zone, but you're gonna stay paycheck after paycheck after paycheck. You're not gonna have a chance to have a saving because they also come out with a tax situation, where you make a certain amount of money, boom, all of a sudden you own tax. So people worried about owning tax and want to stay under certain brackets, right? Because at the end of the day, they have the comfort zone in that bracket. So why make more money and they ended up paying tax? But at the end of the day, when you really see how much tax you're paying, it's not worth staying under that bracket. But then again, a lot of people already in the comfort zone not gonna find that out. The reason why it's so important to have the business, you have to have a business because there's so much money at stake. It's so much more than just get for yourself. It's like I say, my goal right now is to make sure up to my seventh generation, I make sure my kids, their kids, and their kids, and their kids do never ever suffer financial crisis. Right? So I'm working now for me, I'm working up to my seven now. So the
Wait a
reason why
minute, wait a
business
minute,
is
wait a
important
minute. Wait,
because
hold on. Move it. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold it a second. Wait, I gotta go Baptist church. You talked about the Baptist church. I gotta go to Baptist church on you. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold it. Wait a minute. Now, let me
bring
say
it
this.
on, bring it on, bring it on.
Let me say, I got to say this here. You say get a business, okay, get a business. You got to do such and so and this. And you said so much, and you've been hitting me all up
Mm,
upside the head. You hit me upside the head because when I start, they don't, and a lot of people don't understand. This is a business. This is a business. Mag Media Productions, I incorporated my business. I made sure that I own my name, I own the show, meaning I own Mag Media Productions, I own the Magman Morning Show, I own the rights to anything that is disseminated. And I mean, I believe that you should do that. Can't nobody use my name. Can't nobody use my likeness, my
Mhm.
faith. You can't get my voice because God gave me the voice, but it's incorporated. Now, in doing that, I can do business with people. I have an EIN number. I can do business with people. I can write contracts. I can contract others to do other things. I can do things. Plus, I get dividends and write-offs. People don't know that your home business, if you work out of your house, you got a place where you're doing your figuring your business. That's a home office. You get a write-off for it. I'll write my socks off if I could, because you know why? Is it going to be beneficial to me? Do I know these things, or are we so lost as a people that they have fooled us to the point that they say, well, hey, you're in a certain bracket, you shouldn't be here, you shouldn't own no business, you go out and get a job, work for us, drive for us, make hair products for us, come to our shop. Hey, why don't you come to Macy's, and you can sell our products? And we got products, we got soap, we got hairspray, we got lawyers, we got doctors, we got cosmetologists, we got lock goddesses, we got places of entertainment wherever you want to go around the country. Why are we suffering, Moona Falls? Why are we American men suffering? Go ahead, and you got the floor.
We are suffering because we sadly do not understand and appreciate our values. Like you say, look at all that we have. Look at everything that we can create. Look at everything that we are already creating every day, and we did create it. It's like we are so undervalued by our own people. Started by just even our food. Look at how people love our food because we know how to season it. It's so many basic stuff. Like you say, why pay a full mortgage for your home and not be able to claim any of the taxes that you do? You come in there, you sleep in there, like you have to be able to use everything that you have, everything that you do. Why you think it's okay to drive your car, paying that big car note and don't be able to claim anything out of it? Who you paying tax to for what? Right? So it's about education. The reason why a lot of our black people are suffering is because of lack of education. Every time, like people that come here, they are seeking for the education because it's a new culture, it's a new country, so they don't know where they are. So they are open to learn stuff. But now the education they teach you at school, of course we have to go to school. Of course we have to complete, how 12th grade and high school and all that. You need to have that basic ground. Past that, you
Wow.
have to understand laws and regulation of your country where you live.
Yes.
You need to understand
Wait a minute.
everything that is going on here.
Yes. Wait a oh, woo. Listen to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Magman Morning Show. I'm James Mack. Y'all ain't never heard nothing this side of the Mississippi like I got on this morning. I have my wonderful guest, Miss Muna Falls. This is my sister that's telling my sister from Africa. Y'all get nervous and things and so forth. She's in Ridges. This is my sister from the mother country telling us. I've been wanting to ask this question so many times. Why are we at the bottom? Why, out of all the creative things that we are doing, out of all of the wonderful music and culture and the juice that we bring to this country, we made these people filthy, filthy rich, and we live in squalor. Why are my folks suffering? Why are we at the bottom? When it comes down to saving things, they coming to find us. They want our numbers, they want our information, they want to know how you did it, but they won't support you. And another question that I want to ask our special guest is this: businesses. Our Plugs LLC is going to plug our folks in, I know. But the reason that we got our Plugs LLC as a outreach of our for media and for publications and to get your business out there, as they call us minorities, but we're really the majority. They stopped the
Mhm,
census and they saw too many people of color. They saw too many of us and they didn't want to count us. Now, I just wanted to throw that in. But I want to
mhm,
ask this question right quick,
mhm.
if I can.
Yeah.
With everything that's going on, when in business, talking about Black America, I want you to look into you on. I'm going to just say you on the outside looking into my culture here of the Black Americans that are here. This, I mean, some of the most intriguing and creative minds and business people. We used to, back in the day, I'm a little older. We had community in our community, in the Black community, we had doctors, lawyers, tailors, butchers. We had our own theaters. We had our own banks. We had our own insurance companies. We were self sufficient. We didn't have to go outside of our community to
Mhm,
go do anything because we were so denied those privileges as
mhm,
regular Americans. We couldn't go downtown Chicago and go get insurance. We couldn't go to certain neighborhoods and certain places in Chicago to get a suit or to get a pair of shoes or to get a car. So here we are as some of the biggest consumers in America, $1.7 trillion dollars of buying power. Why in the world Mac Media Productions ain't getting some of that money as a production and a carrying place? Why can't my folks get together and say, here's a dollar or two? What in the world? Why are we as Black business people not making it in this movement?
So I understand. This is my point of view, but I'm gonna tell you what I observe. Number one, a lot of time black people get into business with the wrong idea. Everybody get into business and because they want to be rich. Business is not about it's about being rich, financially rich. It's about freedom. Okay, it's about being able to be in charge of your own life. Because when you go to a job, again, you have to do those things, and everybody abide by this. They tell you show up at 9, people be there 8:45, 8:30, put the energy and work until 6 p.m., whatever the time the clock out is, and they put all. But as soon as they get their own business, they become lazy. Become very lazy because they think own a business is being a boss. Own a business is being your number one employee. Own a business is about long term, right? It's not something that because you just make $1,000 today, that's it. You just rich. It's not about this. It's about establish yourself in the long run. And the reason why a lot of time black people just don't get so lucky into businesses because they start to spend the money based on what they receive. But when you get more money in your business, you have to pull it out. You got to invest it. You have to have different branches. Your business not supposed to be that one time business. If you look at actors, right? They're doing movies, they're making $1 million per movie, but what they do, they have a makeup business, they have a textile business, they have a restaurant. Why they doing that? That's how we do business. Business is not about that one business where, okay, I open my business, this is my LLC. That's true, but you have to be able to move yourself out of it. You have to stretch your arms and do this. By doing this, you
Mm,
open door. I understand and I respect that we have business to say, okay, this is for black hair only. But why would you do that? Why don't you also do for white hair also? Because guess what? When they was opening their little thing, they said L'Oreal, they have the advertisement, they show black, they show white. Doesn't mean it works on white, doesn't mean it works on black. Who knows, whatever that is. But guess what? They're open to all those people because it's business, it's about money. you know a lot of time we
wow.
do our business. I understand we have a black owner business, but when you close your business to only your race, you close your business to other money, because money is money. The dollar is for every race. A white person give you $1, I bet it's the same value than a black person give you
Wait a
a
minute.
dollar, or Asian person give you a dollar. In
Wow.
my book, dollar is a dollar. I do
Okay, let
my
me say this. Let me dig in. Now you got to work with me now, Mona. Work with me now. I'm gonna teach. Ooh, our plugs LLC. I'm gonna say this, and I gotta say this. This is why
you
we
are a
have.
business. Like you have to be able
Yeah, yeah.
to understand that business is business. You got your own personal life. Yes, you have your own preference, we get it. But when it comes to a business, you have to be open-minded. You also need to understand
That's right.
finances. This is a big
Okay, but then okay, hold on to that thought now, Mona. Hold on now. Hold on. You there? Are you there? Hello. Did I lose you? This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Moon, if you can come back in, see y'all, I done lost my folks. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Come back, let me put her back in. I lost you. Can you come back in and come back out? if you can. I don't want to miss my guest. Boy, this is a hot guest we got today. I have my dear friend uh, Muna Fall, and Muna not only, I mean, she's bringing the works, Jack. She's bringing the smoke this morning on WKRA 92.7 on your F. She back, y'all. Y'all don't get nervous. Hold on a second. I'm adding you back. I want you. Okay, Muna, you can take your camera off. Okay, okay. Well, listen. Okay, where was I? See, y'all got me all confused and everything, and I'm sitting here, all this old good stuff is happening, and y'all just meddling with me, and the spirit is moving high in this way. And when I say that, I'm not talking about witchcraft and all of that other stuff. When there's a good spirit around, and given, like I've been saying from day one on this program, I'm here to give you information and inspiration. And let me tell you something, between our plugs LLC and DJ Kitty Cat and Miss Morningstar and this sister right here, Miss Muna Falls, has brought the whole place is on fire. The firemen just put their hoses down, say we just gonna let this joker burn because it's not it until it burns out or what. But we don't want this fire to burn out. You got the chat lit. It's quiet, and let me say why I'm talking about the chat sometime. Here, this lady has not only just pulled everyone that has been listening, gave them a perspective of where they are, but she was not biased in what she was saying. Just like I was saying here, we got wonderful people that are here that are hosting everything. But then I was going to be interviewed by her, and look at where she is. She's being interviewed by me before anything has ever happened. You never know what a person and where they are and who they are. God will put them in your pathway. You can say what you want. I will acknowledge God at all times. It's because of Him I am who I am, what I am, and where I'm going. I got my sister here. We ain't taking no break. I had to just let them know that, Mona, for a second, to let them know that this is rolling. And if you can stick with us as long as you can, come on with it. Now, with this business thing, let's go back to it because I always go back to
Mhm,
us and commerce. We got
mhm,
enough people, but where's the money? How can
mhm,
we get a part of this life that everybody is coming from overseas and across
mhm,
the border to
mhm,
have? Well, how can I get me some of this money? How can I
mhm,
build my reputation in my store or get
mhm,
me a fleet of stores or have a whole lot of restaurants or whatever the case may be? Give it to us. You're a sister. And let me explain this to everybody.
mhm,
My sister's from Africa.
mhm,
So ain't no discrimination going nowhere. You ain't can't
mhm,
discriminate because she's from the mother country too. She's bringing
mhm,
true wisdom, folks. And I ain't got to say much. Those that have an ear, let them hear
mhm,
what this lady has to say. And
mhm,
she hasn't degraded anybody, dogged nobody, ain't got mad with nobody, but just giving you the straight facts. My
mhm.
guess, Miss Mona, come on, Mona, roll. You got it. Go ahead. I'm
Thank
listening.
you so much.
Business. Let's talk about that business part.
Yeah, just so talking about business, like I was saying, like if a brother want to buy like this big, $100,000 necklace and wear this on his neck to show that look, I have money. For me, with my survival instinct, I would have put my $100,000 somewhere where it can bring me some dividends. I'm not gonna carry that on my neck because I love jewelry. Of course, I do have my little necklace on my neck, but at the same time, I just wear enough what I need, right? I don't just put, when I go to the bank, I sit down and I discuss with the bank person because this is my money we're talking about. So I'm like, hey, if I leave my money here, what's my return on my money? Because I know you're going to be making money with my money. So what do I get out of it? Right? We have to start a question stuff. You have people that have been lucky and they get tax return money. But what you do with your tax return money? Why keep buying a car every year? Why keep buying, sure, why keep being a constant consumer? You have to be able to use that money. You get a couple $1,000, boom, out of the blue. Why don't you put that together? I work with my kids. When my daughter turned 18, I offered her a business. That was a gift, right? She did have a car because she has to be doing stuff. She got to go to college and she got to move around. But it was everything I do for my children. It's for necessity. But she
Wait,
has
wait a
a,
minute. Hold on. Are you work with me now, Mona? You got to work with. I'm gonna teach you how to work with a brother. You just said something. I want the people in the chat to hear it. And I'm so glad this is recorded also. So those of you
Mhm.
that are listening on WKRA Live, listening to this broadcast, you can get the replay of this broadcast on our YouTube channel. Go to the Magman Morning Show page and click on today's episode of this show, and you can get it. You mean to tell me that you gave your daughter a business? At
Mhm.
what age you gave her a business?
18 birthday.
When she became 18 years old, you gave your daughter, instead of giving her high heel pumps and giving her a big old celebration, balloons and everything, and trunk party, instead of giving her a trunk party,
Yeah.
trunk party, you gave her a what?
I took her to eat at her favorite restaurant and I registered a LLC under her name. It was her LLC. She make African American dolls and she also make white dolls. And they 18 inches doll and this is a business.
You mean to tell me, wait a minute, hold on a second. You took her to her favorite. Listen how she set her up now. I'm going to feed you. Listen to me,
Yes.
Mona. Just stick with me
We
now.
celebrate
And
together.
I'm so glad to have my co-host, Miss DJ Kitty Cat, in the chat. She's listening. Y'all see her up there. Listen, you said that 18 years old, you took this baby to the restaurant. Y'all had some great whatever y'all had. I know it was some great stuff, and you took her to a five-star restaurant. See, you sound like five-star restaurant. And you took
Yeah.
her to the five-star restaurant and say, "Sweetie
Mhm.
pie, here's you some.
Mhm.
This is from Mama. Here's a
Yes.
business." Are
Yes.
you kidding me?
Yes.
Can continue, please. Continue, please.
I sure had to register the business. We did it together. It was under her name. She got an EIN, and I explained to her how to do that. We ordered a bunch of the dolls. We talked back and forth with suppliers. She got like a couple thousand of the doll, get it out of the way, and this is how she started. That was her business.
Wait a minute. Hold
By
on,
the
one
way,
more time.
no,
Hold
wait
it.
for
Now,
it.
work with me. Work with me. Wait. Work with me now. Work with Luna. You gotta when you hear the Mac Man's voice, when you hear me say something.
I
I'm
gotta
not
come
doing
down.
this on purpose. This is some delicious
Mhm.
stuff here.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Not only did you give your baby at
Mhm.
18 years old a wonderful dinner
Mhm.
and presented
Mhm.
her with her documentation of her business, you taught
Mhm.
her how to do business,
Mhm.
distributors, and pay your bills and stuff. Go into that
Mhm.
too. Y'all listening to her? Y'all
Mhm.
listening to her? Give your child, instead of giving them a Corvette and giving them all that
Mhm.
jewelry and all that old foolishness, give them a CD or a bond or something. Go ahead.
Mhm. Exactly.
Help yourself.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And my daughter
I'm
go to
listening.
school. She's in psychology. She has one more two more semester left. So she's going to school. She has a business since she's been 18. The reason I did that, again, like I said, we talk about how important it is for Black people to own a business. Is 100,000% important, but it's also a very important for them to understand how to manage the business very early, how to understand finances. Right? She understand to call her banks. She understand to manage her money. She understand how to open a business account. She know how to use her personal checking account against her business account, right? Because those are things, and this is a child that is gonna be 23 right now, almost done with college. She understand, when she done with college, what direction she's gonna go, because we already work on a goal, before
Ooh,
she
gee.
even get to that level. So you have to sit down with your kids when they're in primary. You have to talk to them about their dream, what they want to become, and you have to walk with them to make sure those dreams become reality, not just a talk, right? But our kids, this is how we raise kids. We need
Ooh.
to guide them. Kids cannot raise themselves,
Wow.
and you need to remind them every day of the dream. You need to put them in the room, in the little, things. I put in the mirror. You go to my kids' room, you got a bunch of positive notes. I got almost 100 to the point. You're
Wow.
amazing. You're beautiful. You're successful. You're proud. You're
Wait a
this. You're
minute. Hold
happy.
on.
Smart.
Hold
Any
on.
of them.
Mona. Work with me now. You gotta work with me. Listen, this is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, the hottest radio station this side of the Mississippi is the Magman Morning Show. Why? Because we're bringing you information and inspiration. I got a special guest here this morning. Her name is Mona Falls. Mona Falls then landed on Earth on us this morning, y'all. I don't know where it happened, Don't blame me. Look, I know y'all just as shocked as I am, but I am rejoicing because you know something? I got someone not just looking from the outside, that's not looking just from the inside. This woman said this. I taught my baby at 18, I gave her a business to handle herself. She's still in school. Are y'all following me? I took the sticky notes and put them on. Y'all know, have y'all saw the help? The help told y'all, the lady put the sticky notes and told the little girl. Then you know she was a little chubbier and they used to tease her and the mama would tease her because she wasn't the petite little thing that she wanted. And she told that child and put in that child, you're beautiful, you're smart and you're intelligent and you got to speak these things over. We speak boogie woogie in the rap song and go to DEFCON 2 and let our kids play all that foolishness on the television and everything. And they ought to be in the bank book somewhere or trying to balance how they finances are going to be and what they want to have when they get 25. This baby's 23, got a business and in school. Somebody say, ooh, that's what I'm talking about. From a voice of a sister. This is a sister from our sister from Africa. Don't ain't no difference. Ain't no difference. The difference is what? Are you in survival mode? Somebody else put that in the chat. Y'all scared? Don't be scared. Put it in the chat. Survival mode. Do you want this thing bad enough? I'm speaking to me too. I'm talking to James this morning. I ain't talking to nobody else but me. You have lit, you and DJ Kitty Cat have lit entrepreneurial fire under what's already been there. And what I mean by that are partnerships that I have. Mona, I'm sorry, I know you've been patient. You said this man that went crazy. Um, WKRA folks, 92.7 on your FM dial. Look, Mona, we don't have any. We usually go off at 10. I got all excited and hit controls and all kind. Thank you, our plugs. Yeah, y'all know. Uh, who Jesus? Okay, listening to WKRA. See, I got to slow down. 92.7 on your FM dial. I want you on every show that I come up with, every platform that we have. And I'm on, let me breathe a little bit here. And as we wind down on our time, Mona, thank you for being here. Woo, y'all got me. Woo, y'all ain't saying nothing yet. With our plugs and our partners everywhere, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. And I'm here to tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet. My very special guest from the DC area, advocate for everybody, a sister, soul, sister, came in here and just tore up the studio. I done threw chairs all upside the wall and microphone cords around my leg and everything. And I just, oh man, listen, will you promise me that you will come back real soon? We got to work something out to get you on. And those of you that are listening and watching on YouTube, get the replay. You got to get the replay. I have so many things I wanted to say, but I want to lead off with showing some love to our wonderful sister show that premiered. And Luna, Luna, see, Luna got me crazy out there. About our guests, I want to thank you for coming, bringing that wisdom to us, and it has helped me today. The word of the day is survival mode, folks. Get in survival mode. For everybody here at Magnesia 3 Productions, for DJ Kitty Cat, our wonderful co-host, our anchor, Miss Morning Star, Brother Lee, our chief contributor, and to all of you that are making up this part, to Alice, our wonderful moderator. Get well soon. I'm James Mack. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I want to lead out partly with showing respect and love to our Plugs LLC, our partner, and their premier show. 1 second. their premiere show that they had. Muna, you coming back? I got your number on lock. I'll holler at you on the other side. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. Love one another. It ain't gonna cost you nothing to be kind to somebody. This is the McMahon Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial.
Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
It's a